Shedeur Sanders, his pro football debut.
I don't ever remember a rookie that has been drafted outside of the first round taking the league by storm.
Sanders throws, touchdown, putting on a show here in the second quarter.
I wasn't nervous, it was just getting comfortable. Well, I say I'm comfortable with being uncomfortable.
A primetime game performance for the son of prime time. Jeremy Fowler and Sam Acho are back with us to talk about Shedeur Sanders. And Sam, I'm going to start with you. What was your reaction to Shedeur Sanders' first game as a pro?
I was extremely impressed. Shedeur Sanders was comfortable and confident. You saw him stand in the pocket and take hits and deliver strikes. Some of the throws that he made popped and jumped off of the screen. They were veteran-type plays. He looked like a vet. He did not look like a rookie. What also impressed me was his ability to use his legs. He did not show that in college at Colorado. So for me, the level of development and growth for Shedeur Sanders and calmness on the sideline stood out more than anything else.
So, Jeremy, based on what you've heard out of Browns camp, did Shedeur do enough last night to improve his standing on the depth chart?
Doesn't hurt. I mean, he put himself in a nice position, especially because everybody else is hurt. Dylan Gabriel, Kenny Pickett have had hamstring issues. This is a prime opportunity for Shedeur Sanders to work his way potentially into that 2 spot, because Joe Flacco, I think the expectation is that he'll earn the starting job as long as things go the way they have been. He'll probably start that 3rd preseason game. So they're sort of treating him like a starter right now. But otherwise, this is a blank canvas, and he showed accuracy. He's been accurate in camp. And I know the Browns are really happy with his ability to avoid sacks. That was the issue at Colorado. You know, lack of urgency in the pocket has been a knock on him, especially talking to some people that were involved in the Panthers-Browns practice this week before the preseason game. So he showed the ability to get rid of the ball and do that. Now can he do it against some better competition, some more pressure in the backfield? That's going to be the issue for him. But like those red zone throws were lights out. I was texting with some people around the league. They said that was impressive. He reset his feet, delivered the ball, tight window spots, and it was good.
Yeah, a lot of the stuff that we saw at Colorado, and accuracy is a part of his game. He led the country in accuracy last year in completion percentage in college.
Anthony Richardson, he's uber talented, but he's a guy that hasn't been available. He completes 50% of his passes. That's not going to cut it if you're the Indianapolis Colts. He has to play better. He has to play better. The difference between this situation and Shedeur, I think most people in Cleveland believe that Joe Flacco is going to be the week 1 starter. Okay, Shedeur Sanders is presented a huge opportunity to plant a seed in Kevin Stefanski's head that maybe I can be that guy at some point down the road. But Anthony Richardson is fighting for his life right now as a starting quarterback in the National Football League. Because think about this, Molly. They are paying the Indianapolis Colts, they are paying Daniel Jones more money than the Pittsburgh Steelers are paying Aaron Rodgers. I always say follow the money. The money will tell you what people think about a certain situation. They are paying Daniel Jones like, this guy could legitimately be our starting quarterback. So to me, it's Anthony Richardson.
The money tells you that Daniel Jones is going to be their starter. To me, I think Anthony Richardson and that ship has sailed. 47.7 completion percentage. It's a small sample size, but he got off to such a horrible start. The leadership factor, the work ethic, all the stuff that's been reported out of Indianapolis, on top of the fact that they went out and got a quarterback they think can run the offense better. I think it's over for Anthony Richardson and Indy. I think their best chance to win is with Daniel Jones, which is why, for me, it's Shedeur. Because you have 6 quarterbacks under contract right now in Cleveland. They're not going to keep 6 quarterbacks on the roster all year long, and you don't have the pressure to go out and win this starting job. All you have to do, you ask for an opportunity. This team passed on you again and again and again in the draft till they got him in the 5th round. To be able to go out and show, even without the first team reps, I can operate the offense, I can make it look clean, I can deal with sudden change, because I think personally, I know that how you feel about preseason games, and I feel the same way. I'm allergic to bad football, but these are opportunities to learn, how does he handle if his headset goes out? How does he handle if he fumbles the ball away? What's he doing with his teammates on the sideline to keep them locked in, to show leadership, to keep them encouraged? Those are things that this coaching staff has to see to know the answer to our 25-year quarterback conundrum is in the building, without the pressure of him trying to go win that job week 1, because I think Joe Flacco certainly is the best option that they have, and he's going to get a lot of snaps. Tyler Huntley's backing him up. There's 2 other quarterbacks that are injured right now between Dylan Gabriel and Kenny Pickett. This is the opportunity he's been clamoring for a really long time. So for him to finally take advantage of that, I think will go a very long way, not just in terms of the depth chart, but for him long term in the eyes of the franchise.
Well, I get where you're coming from. Both answers are legit. In the case of Anthony Richardson, my condolences to you, brother. We're on live national television having a conversation about Daniel Jones starting ahead of you. I mean, that's just the ultimate indictment. I mean, it just is. I mean, the fact that you're a high draft pick, you're a top 5 pick, and you end up in a situation in your 3rd year or so in the league, and we're looking at you and we're saying Daniel Jones. That's just bad. It's just bad. That's number one. So we get that out the way. But I'm going to answer this question by saying Shedeur Sanders. And I'm going to tell you why. I think he's being set up to fail. That's right. I'm going to say it. Okay. Here we are on national television, right? There's been 11 practices, if I remember correctly. He's been starting he's been playing against the 3rd unit. He's 4th on the depth chart. And then suddenly you throw him into the start lineup, and he hasn't had any reps with the first team at all. Think about that. So you're just gonna throw him to the wolves like that, huh? I mean, you know, if he had first team snaps in practice, I don't say that, but he doesn't. And then all of a sudden, he's starting tomorrow night. It's like you want him to fail. I'm not accusing the coaches of doing this. I'm not accusing the GM of doing this. But that owner, Mr. Haslam, that's a different animal right there. It's a $230 million guaranteed deal to Deshaun Watson. And then he's going to come out this time around. I had nothing to do with this pick. I didn't have anything to do with it. I mean, that wasn't me. That was GM Barry right there. That wasn't me. The owner sitting up there. It wasn't me. Wasn't me. Yo. Wasn't me. That's what he was saying. And I'm saying, really? That's what we're doing now? That's what you're doing? You're trying to disassociate yourself from a quarterback that's on your roster at this particular moment in time. You give him no first team reps. He's been working out with the 3rd team, and then you're just going to throw him in there for the opening preseason.
Let me play devil's advocate.
Sure.
Isn't that the job every week of a backup quarterback? Backup quarterbacks never get first team reps. But if a quarterback goes down, you are required to go into the game and operate at a high level in the game. So that's I think that to me that's number one. That's number one.
I need to throw a question at you, but go ahead.
Go ahead.
No. What I'm saying is, you being a champion, you playing in this league, I understand the job of a backup. But this situation is different. This is a guy that was projected to be a top 3 quarterback in the draft. He fell to the 144th pick as a 5th round pick. It was universally recognized that it extended beyond the field of play as to why his stock plummeted. He gets picked up by Cleveland, all right, who, by the way, had drafted, Dylan Gabriel before you bring him on board. Joe Flacco and Kenny Pickett being there. Okay, they've been in this league, and Joe Flacco deserves it because, damn it, he showed up in Cleveland a couple of years ago and did what he did. He shouldn't have to play in a preseason. We know what he can do, okay? I'm simply saying, if you look at the kind of circumstances that Shedeur Sanders has had to embrace, and on top of it all, you haven't exposed him to any first-team reps. And then the first time he's going to see anything comparable to that is in his first ever preseason game. I'm just saying that looks very suspicious.
I will say this. I think, number one, we have to start throwing out the whole pre-draft process as it relates to Shedeur Sanders. Because the bottom line is with him, he's a 5th-round quarterback, 4th on the depth chart. I would make a case for Shedeur Sanders in this. You've been presented with a unique opportunity.
I agree with that.
A unique opportunity. I don't look at it as he's being set up to fail. I'm looking at you're being given an opportunity to go out there and put your best foot forward in an uncomfortable situation. If Shedeur Sanders goes out here on national television, and trust me, there are going to be a bunch of eyeballs on that game. If Shedeur Sanders goes out here and ball, do you know what that's going to do for him?
That's going to do wonders for him.
It's going to do wonders.
I'll let you go, Courtney. Just to be clear, I am in no way saying that Shedeur Sanders should have any attitude different than what you articulated. He needs to think exactly how you said. I'm talking. I'm saying what I think, just like Damian Woody was saying what he thinks.
Right.
We ain't encouraging him to think like